Hey everyone, hope you guys are having a great night. Thank you for being here tonight on our weekly Amazon for Beginners call. And tonight we're going to do our usual, Q&A and a little bit of product research for you guys. So yeah, so I'm going to share my screen with you guys, and then I'm going to answer some of the questions in the group. I really appreciate you guys, by the way, for being here tonight, and also for hanging out in the free group, for commenting, posting, liking stuff. So yeah, appreciate you guys. And as far as the questions, I only have one question for tonight, honestly. So we're just gonna wing it tonight. I'm gonna answer this question, and then if you guys have more questions in this in the Zoom, then you can just you let me know. So this first question is from Shan. So Shan is asking, "Hey Louis, I have a question regarding suppliers providing recycled or refurbished items. If I purchase a recycle or refurbished item, I'm assuming that I have to list with the appropriate condition from the leads list that we are on. The product in question has prices for new listing and used. So what is the best practice for pricing a product in this case? Unfortunately, it might be okay. So Shan's asking, like, how do you, if you're able to sell used products, right, Shan, on Amazon? And
Yeah, pretty much. Sorry, just to clarify, like it's not I don't know if it's a used product. It just says refinished from the supplier. So that's
refurbished,
where
you
I'm
mean,
kind of
or?
it says refinished.
Hmm,
Yeah.
interesting. Um, yeah, this is not brand new for sure. So I would list it under, I guess, used very good is a good place to start.
Okay.
Yeah, depending on where you get it, you got it from, right? And this is
Yeah.
gonna be tricky because of the conditions, right? Because you don't
Yeah.
know how good this is. So
Yep.
I typically stay away from products that are used, just because you really have no idea like how to label it, right?
Right.
So yeah.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is this is not a product that we should go for.
No, especially not in the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would just stay with new products.
Okay.
Just because you don't want any issues with your account, with Amazon. So
Yeah, that's fair. It was so unfortunate because when we ran the numbers, it like assuming that it could have been new, like the ROI was so high, like
mm,
over 90%. So I was like, I'll have to look into this a bit more, but then, yeah.
yeah, yeah, that's a tricky one. I mean, if
Yeah.
you're feeling risky, I would do a test buy. That's
Fair
it.
enough. Fair enough.
But to be
Okay.
safe, I would just stay away from it.
Okay. Is there a scenario in the future maybe where like you would take a risk, or is it's just not worth it? No need to.
No, I usually stay away from like risk,
Okay.
just
Okay.
because I don't want to lose my Amazon account.
Yeah.
Making mistakes
Okay.
or yeah,
Okay. That makes sense. Thanks, Lewis.
yeah, of course. And then does anyone have other questions? Anyone else have questions? Oh, anything? Because if not, I'll show you guys some examples on how to pick like products to sell on Amazon. Sounds good? All right. So a lot of you guys are beginners. So I'm just gonna keep this very basic. So this is how we pick products for Amazon, right? So we start with a supplier. So for this example, Target is a supplier, right? So on Target, this is the product, and on Amazon, this is the same product that's on Target. So what we do is we usually match and make sure the products are the same, right? Like same color, description, title, color, size. So it's just like grocery shopping. When someone gives you a list, right? You go to a grocery store, you just make sure that the products match. Okay, and then once you do that, you would run the numbers. So this one I think is a two-piece. Yes, it's right there. Number of blades is 2. Right here, right? So now on target, you would get this number and then multiply this by 2, right? Because you're selling a 2-pack on Amazon. So 249 times 2 is 1498. And from here, you just run your basic numbers. So I usually look at the ROI, sales per month. So for this instance, this one's kind of advanced, but this one is giving you a variation. So I would go to variations, pick the exact variation, and then click on search or check. So variation is a variation of the same product, right? So the reason why we're checking for the exact sales per variation is because this amount of sales is shared with other variations. I know that it might sound crazy in the beginning, because there's a beginner Zoom, but just know that we need to check for the exact sales per month per variation. And that's why we're clicking here, right? So this exact variation is getting 82% of the sales. So we're taking 82% of this number. So 319 times 0.82, which is 261, right? So this means that this product is selling at 260 times a month. It's giving you a 15% ROI. And these are all the other sellers on the listing. So now you just decide, right? Are you going to buy this product or not? So based on what I told you guys, are you guys going to do it? So it's 100, I'm sorry, 260 sales a month. It's giving you a 15% ROI. With this many people in the listing, would you guys do it? So Winston said no because not worth the return. Okay. Makes sense. Something wrong with my Keepa. Next product. So Feruza is a yes. So Winston's asking, do you need like 20%? I mean, ideally, yes, but it's really a personal choice. So people like 15%, some people like 30%, 40%. So yeah, it's really a personal choice, but I like to go for at least 20% ROI minimum. So Feruza is asking, is it a hazmat? No, it's not. It's not a hazmat. Yeah, so Jerry said maybe test buy. Feruza said yes. Yeah, so there's that. And if you guys have any questions, you can also type in the chat or unmute yourself and ask. So, all right, next product is a lotion. So it's a lubriderm lotion, right, for 16 fluid ounces. So let's just see if they match. So lubriderm. I will look at the product, photos, title, description, size. So this one is a 16 ounce. So normal to dry skin, fragrance free. This one is not fragrance free. Oh, it is. Okay. So normal to dry skin, fragrance free. This one says sensitive. This one doesn't. So I'm not sure if they're really the same or not, but yeah, they seem the same, right? Or close enough. So I'll run the numbers. So this product is $10.55, right? From this website. And on Amazon, it's about like $24. It's selling at 113 times a month. Again, this is a variation. So you go down variation, and then you check for the exact sales per month of the variation. So in this case, this product or this variation is getting 98% of the sales. So 98% of this number is what? 15 times 0.98. It's about 110 sales. Okay. So this product is selling at 110 sales a month. It's giving you a 18% or 90% ROI. And these are all the other sellers on the listing. Would you guys do it? Would you guys do it? So 110 sales a month. The first few sellers, right, are only getting like 1% to like 7% ROI. And then down here, they're starting to be at 15%, 19%, 20%. So Winston's a no. Would you guys do it? So it's 110 sales a month. And you're going to share the sales with these people. So Feruza said yes, but concerned about the pictures not 100% matching. Jerry said test buy. Yeah. Yeah, this one's gonna be up to you guys. It's not really the best one out there, but I would say it's pretty decent. 110 sales a month with this many sellers, and this guy currently has a buy box. So okay, next product. So this one's giving you 15% off. So I would give your email, right? So you get the 15% off. So this one's a cucumber aloe cleansing conditioner, 16 fluid ounces. This one's 32. Interesting. Okay, so this one's 16 ounce. This one's $32 from this website. So we plug it here. 32. This one is selling at $54 right there. Let's see. Okay. So this product is giving you an 18% ROI. It's selling at 21 times a month. And these are all the other sellers on the listing. Would you guys do it?
Yeah.
So Adrian's a yes. Feruza is a no. Jerry's a no. And then if you want to go deeper, you can also look at the Keepa chart. What's going on here? So with the Keepa chart, you kind of see the price fluctuation, right? I usually look at the pink line and see where the price is heading. And then here I look at the offer count, but this one's kind of advanced, so I'll just stick here to seller aim. So Misung is a no, John's a no. So for this one, I say it's a no because it's only selling at 20 times a month, right? And I feel like the ratio with this is pretty, so you're only selling 21 times a month and you're going to be sharing with all these people. And you're starting off with, a 2% ROI to begin with. Makes sense? So it's not really, it's not really the best one out there. So this one I'll probably skip. Okay, next one. Next product. What is this? Neutrogena. Ultra Gentle Daily Cleanser. Okay. 12 ounces. Okay. So price is $10.27. So again, you plug it here, right? $10.27 on your cost. And your sale price is, I mean, it's at $31 up here. So $31. So this whole listing is getting 6,700 sales a month. But this one is a variation, right? So again, we go to variation. We click the exact sales per month. I mean, I'm sorry, the exact variation, I'm sorry. And then check it. It's weird. Okay, so this exact variation is not really getting any sales, right? Because this variation right here is getting 97%. And this one is getting 3% of the sales. So this one is not even a good one, right? Because it seems like it's not really selling. Make sense? So in this case, what I would do is I would look for this product and look for the supplier, because this exact variation is selling at 97%, meaning this exact variation is selling at 6,700 times a month, right? So yeah, this one's kind of advanced too, but I'll show you guys an example. Let's see. Sorry, where's that variation? So here, let me look this up. Actually, no, sorry, I can't even find the variation here in this listing. Yeah, this one's not gonna work. Sorry, guys. But just to keep it simple, if you guys find a product with a lot of sales, I would try to look for the exact same product on Amazon and then look for the supplier. But yeah, that one's kind of advanced though, so I'm not gonna do an example. Does anyone have a question? No
So
question?
basically, Seller Amp is just going to gauge everything, whether what's good for who's pretty much selling the products, and then you're splitting it with whoever's selling that. So you're just getting a piece of the pie.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, so we use Seller Amp, Keepa. Like Keepa's not just software. This one.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just so many data that you can look at. But I'm not gonna overwhelm you guys tonight. I'll just show you guys like the basic ones that you should be looking at. So usually it's the sales per month, right? ROI, and then the number of sellers on the listing. Yeah, those are the main data points to look at. And then for the advanced sellers, like once you get used to do product research, you can go like deeper and deeper. What was your research? Yeah, because here on Keeper, right? There's so many like data points here. I mean, you can use this. You can use all this data right here. It's not loading for some reason, but and then even in Seller Amp.
Recurring, passive recurring.
Yeah, even here in Seller Amp, there's so much data in here that you can look at. But like all the fees and all graphs and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, just keep it simple. The main ones again are sales per month, ROI, and obviously the cost and the sale price, right? You gotta plug it in, of course. And then look at the sales per month, ROI, and the other sellers. So here, Amari, how are you, man? So John has a question. Does that software project revenue for sales in the future? Revenue for sales in the future. I mean, yeah. I mean, yes. So it's here, right? So for example, for this product, so for every sale that you make, you're getting this much profit, right? And this much ROI. But to answer your question, yes. And you just gotta do the math, right? So for example, this product you like, and let's say, okay, well, I look at the data, I like what I see, so now I'm gonna buy, I don't know, let's say like 20 of them, right? So now you can estimate your future profits because you see this number right here, right? So if I buy this product at $10.27 and I sell their product at $31, I'll be making about $8 profit per sale. And since I bought 20, right? So now you can multiply this number by 20. So 20 times 8, 24. So now your estimated profit is going to be $164 from one
Are you,
product. Mm-hmm.
hey, Lewis, are you able to download that that data into like docx or into Google Sheets so you can make like your own a dashboard or a KPI?
Yeah, you can. You can set this up here. And then here, right? It says right here on your Google Sheet.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you can create like custom sheets. And then you can download them here.
Okay, yeah, to make like pivot tables and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah,
All
or
right.
you can do it manually too if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Okay.
create your own
Hey, Lewis,
Hey Jerry.
I think there is a revenue forecaster in there. I'm trying to remember where it is.
Yeah,
I'd have to probably go
I think
back
it's in the
into
setting
my
though.
Amazon. I'm trying to see.
Yeah, it's a new
If
feature,
you
right?
not scroll down on the seller amp, but scroll down on the right side, like where you see, you know, that part where it tells you, it's the number of sellers. I wish I could see better. Sorry, I'm on my phone and I can't see that well. I'll have to find it and send it to you. Send you the snapshots because I believe there is one that I found.
You mean on Seller Amp or somewhere else?
No, on Amazon.
Interesting.
But I have to go back into my wait. Let me see.
Is it a software or?
Because it's right in the listing. It's a way that you can go, and I'll find it and I'll send you the snapshots because I'm not in my Seller Central, so I have to go look.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
I mean, not Seller Central, my Amazon, and then I can send you the snapshots for it.
Awesome. Thanks, bro.
Because I found it by accident.
Yeah. Any more questions, you guys? No more questions? We're done for tonight or what? That's it? I guess I can just review like the previous questions from the past weeks. Let's see. Oh, actually, no, I'm sorry. First, ask a question here. So, what could be the reason of more FBM sellers and just one FBA? Let's see. Well, there's really 5 FBA sellers on this one. So 5 FBA and 19 FBM. Yeah. So if you guys don't know, FBA means you're buying the products, right? And shipping it to Amazon. And then Amazon fulfills all the orders for you, ships their products to your customers, And with FBM, it means fulfilled by merchant, meaning you're going to be the one responsible for storing the products, shipping the products, handling the products, customer support. I don't do FBM. I only do FBA because of time. I like my business to be 100% online and simple. So I stay with FBA. I have a 3-step process. It should be here on one of the videos in our school group. So on the classroom, I did a video on, I think here, under my Amazon 3-step formula. So it's all here. But basically, I buy the products, right, from my suppliers. So for example, Walmart. I buy it from here. I do my product research first. I buy my product from here. I ship it to a third-party prep center. They pack and prep it, and they ship it to Amazon. And then once Amazon receives their products, they do all the selling for me. Warehousing, selling, shipping, customer service. And I like that because it's automated. It's not very time consuming. And it's 100% online. And with that model, I can replace myself using VAs. So Ms. Sun has a question. Can you explain what Keepa is? So Keepa is another software that Amazon sellers use. Man, I got logged out for some reason, which is weird. Man, I don't know what happened here, but with Keepa, it shows you like a graph of the price fluctuation on the listing, seller count, and other data. So yearly data, all the data of his product, daily data, weekly data. What else is here? Yeah, it gives you like so much data basically. But Keepa is mainly used to look at the graph, because sometimes you got to gauge like where the product is going as far as the price, how many sellers are on the listing, you know. So we usually look at Seller Amp for like a more basic data, and then Keepa we usually go deeper as far as looking. And with Keepa, it's also like graph based, so it's kind of easier to see. Yeah. So as a beginner, Keepa is not recommended. Well, yes, it is. It is recommended. So I usually use Seller Amp and Keepa side by side, because you need to learn how to read both, and that way you can buy informed instead of guessing, right? So that's because once you send it to Amazon, that's it, right? So before you guys buy anything, I really like to do a deep product research, and that way you can almost predict what's going to happen once you deploy the product to Amazon. So Miss Song is asking how much is Keepa and Seller Amp? So Keepa is like $20 a month, and same with Seller Amp. So very cheap, right? So very cheap softwares. It's perfect for beginners, and they work. So here's some of the questions from last week. So I'll talk about it again for you guys. So the question is, hey Louis, I'm new to the group and would like to know what do I need to do to get started selling Amazon. So again, you need Seller Amp, Keepa, and your Amazon Seller Central as a beginner. There's more advanced softwares, but as a beginner, this is all you really need. Seller Amp, Keepa, and Amazon Seller Central. And then there's more in the chat. So Miss Song is asking, how long does Amazon warehouse hold your products? What happens if they don't sell after a certain amount of time? So Amazon can hold your products, I think, up to a year or more. But the way to properly do this is to do a test buy. So I usually do a test buy of 5 to 10 products. I'm sorry, 5 to 10 items. No, 5 to 10 pieces per product. And that way I'm not getting over leveraged, right? Meaning I'm not buying a lot per product. I'm doing a test buy first of 5 to 10. And that way, when it doesn't, that way, it's just enough to sell out if it doesn't work out. Make sense? So if it does good, I buy more of it. If it doesn't, I leave it there and it usually sells out. And then the question from last week is, how long does it take for the prep center to accept me as a new account? So it's usually 1 week or less. And then the second question is, what's the minimum order size to get them started? Around like 30 to 50 units. It's because these prep centers, they usually pack a big box for you and then they ship it together. And that way you save on shipping costs. What else are good questions here? Let's see. So 3-step process, already talked to you guys about it earlier. Let's see. Okay, here's a good one. So show examples of ROI and fees. So on Amazon sellers usually make around like 20 to like 30% ROI after the fees. So here's some example, right? So this guy or this person spent $6,900 right here on inventory. So this person made $2,500 at 36% ROI. Make sense? And then here, is there a minimum that you need to sell to stay on FBA? There's no minimum. You just need to pay their monthly $40 a month to be a seller. And then you can just sell it whatever you want on their platform. There's no minimum. Yeah, so just send as many as you can or as less as you want to also. Any more questions? So Winston's asking, is it $40 a month regardless of how many items are stored there? So no, so there's storage fees with this, but there's a way to do it though to avoid storage fees. So, again, I only do or buy maybe like 5 to 10 pieces per product. And that way they usually sell out before I accrue storage fees. I don't overbuy anything. And then Miss Noe's asking, if I buy from Walmart, do I have to drive to the prep center for them to wrap it and send to Amazon? No. So the way I teach it is it's 100% online, right? So you buy it from Walmart.com, for example. You buy a test buy of 5 to 10 pieces. You ship it to the prep center. They pack and prep it, and they ship it to Amazon. And then once Amazon receives their products and they sell it, they pay you out and you do it again. So yes, it's 100% online. Oh, so Miss Young is asking, let's say if I bought it physically, walk in the store. So if you go to the Walmart store physically, it's best to pack and prep yourself. Because if you ship it to their prep center, you're just gonna pay double, right? So you're gonna be paying a shipping cost at the prep center, and then you're paying another shipping cost for the prep center to ship to Amazon. So if you're buying physically, it's better to ship straight to Amazon from your house. Any more questions?
The
There you go.
payout is every 2 weeks, right?
Huh?
The payout when you make a sale, it's every 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, every 2 weeks. Yeah, Miss Young is asking, does Amazon provide labels and we have to pack if that is the case? Let's see. Yeah, so Amazon provides the labels. If you're shipping it yourself, they work with UPS. So yeah, once you list the product, you go through a process, and then they give you a shipping label. But there's a certain way to pack inventory. Yeah, so if you want to do that, you can. But I think it's best to use a prep center. And that way you don't have to worry about packing and prepping. And also, you save a lot of time, because as you scale it, it's gonna be hard to like pack boxes. And plus, as you scale it, you're gonna need storage too, right? Storing boxes, like carrying boxes to UPS. It becomes this big operation. But I mean, if you want to try it, you can. But I really recommend having a prep center. That way, it's 100% online. Yeah. And Miss Young is asking, if the product doesn't match the one that is on the Amazon website, can I upload a new picture? No, you can't. So you can only sell products that are on Amazon already. Right? With this model, we're only selling products that are selling on Amazon already. So our job is to find products that are selling on Amazon already. Look for the supplier, right? And then once you find a supplier, make sure you're profiting from that product.
Piggybacking.
Yeah. So I love your questions, Zomi-san. So John is asking, can you use the prep center to test products, say like $100? Yes. Yeah, you can. Yeah. And then Miss Young is asking, what are the different ways to find a supplier? Oh man. Finding suppliers, you can do it manually. So I'll show you guys an example. So you can go to Amazon, right? This is the hard way of doing it. So let's say you like this product right here. So the manual way of doing it is literally going to Google, right? And searching this product. And then I usually like to go to Google Shopping. So this is the product, right? On Amazon, and now you're on Google. And you need to find the exact same product, which takes a long time, by the way. And then run the numbers. So for example, this one is a product. I think it's the same product, right? Yeah, same product, I believe. The problem is this one is more expensive on eBay than on Amazon. So yeah, that's how you manually do it. That's not how I do it. I have a team of virtual assistants who look for products for me. So that way I don't waste time, right? So I outsource that part. So my VAs give me a list of products daily. I pick from that list, and the ones that I like, I buy. Because I don't want to spend more than an hour, on my business every day, really, honestly. An hour or two a night is really all I want to spend on any business. So I like my business to be efficient and automated. And I think most people don't have much time anyways, right? Because people work jobs, they have kids, they go to groceries, they do other stuff for themselves. So for this to work for people, it needs to be very efficient. And that's why the way I teach it is very efficient. Because I don't know anyone who has more than an hour to a night to build a side business, right? So what are some important pointers to look for when finding a prep center? So I think the number one thing would be, it needs to be a tax-free prep center. Because if you find a tax-free prep center, you're saving like 10% on sales tax, right? Which is a big margin. Other other pointers, I mean, they need to be efficient, they need to be good. So, I mean, the only way to really find out is to test them. But I guess the number one thing that I really would recommend is looking for a tax-free prep center. Yeah. So. Any more questions, you guys? Was it helpful at least?
Yeah, it was helpful.
Does anyone want have more questions? So Miss Sung said yes later. Yeah, Miss Sung, we have a call tomorrow at 11:30, right? So hey, Ramari. So Ramari said, please post the recording. I just got in here and been in another meeting the whole time. Gotcha, bro. I posted it in the group. How do we meet, by the way, bro? Are we part of like the same internships or what? Or just from school? Oh, from Jerry. Awesome. Thanks, Jerry. Alrighty, guys. If there's no more questions, I'm gonna post the replay in our group, and I'll see you guys next week. Alrighty, we're good. Alrighty. Appreciate you guys. Bye bye.